This system is what my family is being tortured with. What I am about to show you are facts. This system is made of 3 generators: GPS generator, rubidium atomic clock, and digital optical diode frequency comb. The microwave auditory effect, also known as the microwave hearing effect or the Frey effect, consists of the human perception of audible clicks, or even speech, induced by pulsed or modulated radio frequencies. A GPS generator has ACA code 1.023 MHz and L1 1575.42 MHz to name 2. The CA code can modulate radio frequency and IP addresses and be turned into binary and turned into a microwave yes and IP microwave or a radio frequency microwave. Yes, anyone in a digital optical phase-locked loop will experience microwave auditory effect hearing, and the terrorists can use the radio frequency to speak to the person in the phase-locked loop right into their head. Also in that phase-locked loop it contains rubidium to the power of 8 to the power of 7 atoms, which without a catalyst liquid electromagnetic, in this case electromagnetic. If rubidium to the power of 8 to the power of 7 touches air or water, boom, it will explode. So if anyone being tortured by this device, they will test positive for rubidium to the power of 8 to the power of 7 atoms, and by it needed a catalyst. This means it is intentional. Rubidium to the power of 8 to the power of 7 is in all GPS satellites that go back and forth to device, but in a phase-locked loop it is a bubble which a person can become contaminated. Phase-locked loop. A phase-locked loop PLL is an electronic circuit with a current-driven oscillator that constantly adjusts to match the frequency of an input signal, often used in wireless systems. Margaret Rouse, Whatis.com. 07 Sep 2016. Contributors: John Burke. A phase-locked loop PLL is an electronic circuit with a voltage or voltage-driven oscillator that constantly adjusts to match the frequency of an input signal. PLLs are used to generate, stabilize, modulate, demodulate, filter or recover a signal from a noisy communications channel where data has been interrupted. Where phase-locked loops are used. PLLs are used in telecommunications, computers, radio and other electronic applications. They are frequently used in wireless communication, primarily on frequency modulation FM or phase modulation PM transmissions. Phase-locked loops are more commonly used for digital data transmission than for analog transmission, and are more commonly manufactured as integrated circuits, although discrete circuits are used for microwave signal processing. How phase-locked loops work. PLLs work by constantly adjusting a voltage or current-driven oscillator to match lock onto the phase and frequency of an input signal, which typically consists of a voltage-controlled oscillator VCO tuned using a special semiconductor diode called a varactor. The VCO is initially tuned to a frequency close to the desired receiving or transmitting frequency. A circuit called a phase comparator causes the VCO to seek and lock onto the desired frequency, which is set via a crystal-controlled reference oscillator. When the VCO frequency differs from the reference frequency, the phase comparator produces an error voltage. The comparator output is usually run through a low-pass filter, a signal filter that reduces the strength of high-frequency waves to further reduce noise. The filtered output is fed back to the varactor to continually push the VCO toward the reference frequency. The filtered output of the comparator also provides the output of the circuit, the signal found in the transmission, the voice, video or data. Since the signal is encoded by modulating a carrier wave, it can be thought of as the difference between the carrier waveform and the actual transmitted waveform, and can therefore be found in the output of the comparator. Together, the phase-locked loop, VCO, reference oscillator and phase comparator comprise a frequency synthesizer, an electronic system that produces a range of frequencies from a single fixed oscillator. Wireless equipment that uses this type of frequency control is said to be frequency synthesized. Other frequency synthesized devices include mobile phones, satellite receivers and GPS systems.
Okay, I don't know if anybody noticed, but did we all notice that one section about how it said audio, video? Yeah, that's your phase lock loop. So anyway, there you go.